Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a great speaker? Today, I want to help you to speak with confidence, clarity, and engagement. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever stood in front of an audience and felt your heart race, your palms are sweaty, and your voice is shaky? You're not alone. Public speaking is one of the greatest fears people have. But here's the truth. Confidence, clarity, and engagement are all skills that you can learn. And today, I'm going to show you how to master all three. Number one, confidence. You have to own whatever stage you're on. Confidence isn't about never being nervous. It's about learning how to work with your nerves. Let me share the truth with you. I have been speaking for years, more than 20. I have spoken nationally and internationally, all across the world. And every time I get up to speak, don't tell anybody. I'm nervous. I get nervous still. Anxiety levels at times rise. But here's the truth. The more I have practiced, the better it has gotten. So what have I done to make this better? Preparation builds confidence. When you know your material, you don't just speak, you own it. So prepare so well that your talk feels like second nature. What I mean by that is know your facts, know your story, know the message you're going to deliver inside and out. Practice out loud. Don't just read your notes. Stand up, speak out, record yourself. This builds muscle memory for your words and body language. If my wife were here right now, she would tell you she's heard me practice my messages, my sermons, my teachings in the shower, in front of the mirror. But just the other day, as I'm combing my hair with a comb, I had an idea of a talk and I began to use the comb as if it were a microphone. And I'm in front of the mirror just talking and speaking. Why? Practicing. Practice helps you to become more confident. Reframe nervousness as energy. When your heart races, don't think I'm panicking. Rethink it. Say, my body is gearing up to deliver with passion. Say that with me. My body is gearing up to deliver with passion. Start small. Speak up in meetings, in small groups, or in a family gathering. You know, if you are in the United States, you can go to something like a Toastmasters. You can ask your small group in your faith community that you want to practice a talk and get their feedback. Each step strengthens your speaking muscles. Listen, when I was starting to speak, I went and visited Toastmasters and practiced my talks there. I have pulled aside several group members of my faith community and asked them, can I simply practice my message with you all so that you can give me feedback? I have practiced in front of my spouse and she has given me great feedback right there on the spot. There's different ways, but make sure that you practice out loud and you get feedback. And here's the secret. Every great speaker you admire still gets butterflies. I admitted it to you. I still get nervous and even get some anxiety. But the difference is they've trained those butterflies to fly in formation. Number two, it's clarity. Clarity is what makes people actually understand and remember what you're saying. Remember to structure your talk. Think of it as in three parts. A strong opening, like a hook, or starting with a question. A clear middle section. What is the meat or essence of your message? And finally, a memorable close. If your audience can't summarize your main points in one sentence, you've lost them. Use simple language. Speak as if you're explaining your idea to a smart friend who doesn't know the topic. Drop all the jargon. Next, this is so important. Pause intentionally. Silence is powerful. It gives weight to your words and lets your audience breathe. When I first started speaking, I would rush. I would speak loud and fast all the time. I hardly ever stopped, but that didn't help my audience. You need to give time for the people who you're speaking with to reflect, to analyze, to think critically about what you are saying. There's power in that pulse. Don't worry, there may be some awkwardness when you first start. You may be nervous, giving your audience 1 to 3 seconds to think through what you're saying. But trust me, at the end, they will thank you. Remember, clarity is not about saying a lot. It's about saying the right things in the right way. So number 3, engagement. Captivating your audience. Now, engagement is what makes people lean forward instead of checking their iPhones. So start with a hook, open with a story, or even a question or a surprising fact. The first 30 seconds decide whether people tune in or check out. Next, eye contact. Eye contact connects. Look at different people in the room. Now, if you're giving a talk virtually, make sure you're looking into the camera like I am right now. But if you are in a public setting, speak to them as if it's a one-on-one conversation. What I have done, whether I'm speaking to 10 or 10,000, is try to connect to different people who are in the audience. I even turn my body and let my body align with where I'm looking. This helps you to make connection with your audience, and you tell them, I see you. I know you are here. Look for those people who are smiling at you, who look engaged. Ignore those people who may be on their phones, who may be doing something else, or may be distracted. Don't worry. Focus on those who are focusing on you. This connects with my next point. Remember that your body language speaks louder than your words. So stand tall. Use open gestures and move with purpose. Avoid pacing just to burn nervous energy. I remember when I first started speaking, they told me about 25 years ago, you have to stand behind a podium. You cannot use your arms or your hands or your fingers. You have to look straight. That was the worst advice I've ever gotten. You have to use your hands. You have to bring your personality to your message. You have to raise and lower your voice accordingly. So remember, vocal volume really matters. Raise your tone to excite. Lower it to draw people in. Change your pace. Nobody remembers a monotone. Make sure that as you are adjusting your tone and your volume, that you tell stories. Most people will forget statistics, but they remember stories. Wrap up your key points in narratives. And lastly, involve your audience. Ask reflective questions like, think of a time when, or invite quick show of hands. For example, when I have been speaking in audiences and I have told a story or said something personal, I ask people to say, by the show of hands, how many have been through something similar? And everybody raises their hands, right? And you get to then see who's with you and who's not. This also creates engagement. When you combine energy, authenticity, and interaction, you don't just give a talk, you create an experience. So here's the takeaway. Confidence, clarity, and engagement are not necessarily gifts given to a lucky few. They're skills you can practice and master. So the next time you step in front of an audience, remember this. Prepare and practice until you own the message. Speak with clarity so people don't just hear you, they understand you. And engage them so they walk away inspired and transformed. Because your voice has power and the world needs to hear it. So friends, what's one step you'll take this week to strengthen your voice? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.